The wrestling world just exploded with one of the most shocking confrontations we've seen in recent memory as Bron Breakker stepped into the ring and did the unthinkable by calling out Roman Reigns on Monday Night Raw. This wasn't just another typical challenge or backstage verbal exchange. This was a young powerhouse staring down the legend who has dominated WWE for years, and the tension in that arena was so thick you could cut it with a knife. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, do it now because you won't want to miss a single moment of what's coming next in this rivalry. The entire situation began when Bron Breakker walked out to that Raw stage with a look in his eyes that told everyone watching that he wasn't there to play games or wait his turn. He grabbed that microphone like it was a weapon and immediately started talking about how he's tired of hearing everyone worship Roman Reigns like he's some untouchable god of professional wrestling. Breakker made it crystal clear that while everyone else might be intimidated by the tribal chief's presence and his legendary bloodline, he sees nothing but an opportunity to prove himself against the very best. The crowd erupted into a mixture of cheers and shock because nobody expected someone to be this bold this quickly. What made this challenge even more intense was the way Bron Breakker delivered his words. He didn't stumble or hesitate for even a second. He spoke with the confidence of someone who genuinely believes he can defeat Roman Reigns, and that confidence radiated through every sentence. Breakker reminded everyone that he comes from wrestling royalty himself, being a second-generation superstar with the Steiner bloodline running through his veins. He said that while Roman talks about his family legacy and the importance of the bloodline, Breakker has his own legacy to uphold and his own name to make even bigger than it already is. The way he connected his family heritage to his current mission added layers to this confrontation that went beyond just two wrestlers wanting to fight. Roman Reigns wasn't physically present on Raw that night, but his presence was felt throughout the entire building. The video screens lit up and there was Paul Heyman, the wise man himself, appearing via satellite to address Bron Breakker's challenge. Heyman did what he does best by talking in circles and using his incredible vocabulary to essentially tell Breakker that he's out of his mind for even thinking he deserves to be in the same ring as the tribal chief. Heyman brought up Roman's incredible title reign, his victories over legends, and how he has systematically destroyed everyone who has ever challenged his authority. But what was interesting was that despite all of Heyman's words and attempts to dismiss Breakker as just another young wrestler who doesn't understand the hierarchy, you could sense a slight nervousness in his voice. It was subtle, but it was there. Bron Breakker wasn't having any of Heyman's dismissive attitude. He interrupted the wise man mid-sentence and told him to take his fancy words and his excuses back to Roman Reigns with a simple message. Breakker said he doesn't care about Roman's accomplishments or his family tree or how many people he's beaten. All Breakker cares about is getting Roman in that ring and showing the entire world that a new era is beginning whether the tribal chief likes it or not. The directness of Breakker's response cut through all the typical WWE drama and politics, and it resonated with fans who are hungry to see fresh matchups and new stars stepping up to established veterans. The history between these two families adds another dimension to this potential showdown that makes it even more compelling. Everyone knows about the legendary battles that took place years ago, and now we have the next generation ready to create their own history. Bron Breakker has been absolutely dominant since he arrived on the main roster, destroying opponents with his incredible strength and athletic ability that seems almost superhuman. His gorilla press powerslam has become one of the most devastating finishers in WWE, and he executes it with such force that you can feel the impact through your television screen. He's been building momentum week after week, and challenging Roman Reigns is the ultimate statement that he's ready for the top spot. Roman Reigns has held championship gold and maintained his position at the top of WWE for so long that some fans have started to wonder if anyone can actually defeat him. He's beaten everyone from legends returning for one more match to the hottest young stars trying to make their name. The bloodline has been by his side through it all, providing backup and ensuring that Roman's reign continues without interruption. But Bron Breakker doesn't seem concerned about the numbers game or the interference that typically comes with facing Roman. In fact, Breakker specifically said during his challenge that he welcomes whatever the bloodline wants to throw at him because he's confident he can handle all of them. The Raw crowd was absolutely electric during this entire segment. You could hear people chanting Breakker's name while others were chanting for Roman, creating this incredible atmosphere of divided loyalty. Some fans want to see the young powerhouse get his shot and potentially upset the established order, while others remain loyal to the tribal chief and believe nobody can touch him. This split in the audience is exactly what WWE needs because it creates genuine investment in the outcome. When half the arena wants one thing and the other half wants something completely different, you know you have something special brewing. Social media absolutely exploded after Bron Breakker issued his challenge. Wrestling fans from all over the world started debating whether Breakker is ready for this level of competition or if he's biting off more than he can chew. Some people pointed to his impressive performances and his devastating power as evidence that he could shock the world. Others argued that Roman Reigns is simply on another level and that Breakker hasn't faced anyone with Roman's experience and ring intelligence. The debate raged on across every platform, with trending topics and viral clips of the confrontation spreading like wildfire. This kind of organic buzz is what makes professional wrestling so special because it gets people talking and arguing about what might happen next. The potential matchup between these two is fascinating from a pure wrestling perspective. Bron Breakker is an absolute physical specimen who combines power with surprising agility for someone his size. He can throw opponents around like they weigh nothing, but he can also move quickly and execute athletic maneuvers that you wouldn't expect from someone so muscular. Roman Reigns, on the other hand, has evolved into a complete wrestler who can brawl, grapple, and use psychological warfare to break his opponents before the match even really begins. His Superman punch and spear have ended countless matches, and his ability to control the pace of a bout is second to none. Watching these two contrasting styles collide would be absolutely must-see television. What happens next is the question on everyone's mind. Will Roman Reigns accept Bron Breakker's challenge, or will he and Paul Heyman continue to dismiss the young star as someone who hasn't earned the right to face the tribal chief? Will the bloodline get involved and try to take out Breakker before any official match can even be scheduled? Or will WWE management step in and make the match happen regardless of whether Roman wants it? The uncertainty surrounding all of these questions is what keeps fans glued to their screens week after week. There's also the matter of what this challenge means for the larger landscape of WWE. If Bron Breakker is seriously being positioned to face Roman Reigns, that signals that WWE sees him as a future main event player and possibly the face of the company moving forward. This isn't just about one match or one rivalry. This is about passing the torch to the next generation and creating new stars who can carry WWE into the future. Breakker has all the tools necessary to become a major star. He has the look, the athleticism, the family name, and most importantly, the charisma to connect with audiences. His challenge to Roman Reigns might be the moment that launches him into superstardom. The timing of this challenge is also interesting when you consider where both men are in their careers. Roman Reigns has accomplished everything there is to accomplish in WWE multiple times over. He's main event WrestleMania, held every major championship, and established himself as one of the all-time greats. Bron Breakker is hungry, young, and desperate to prove that he belongs at the top of the card. This creates a dynamic where the veteran has everything to lose while the challenger has everything to gain. Those are the best kinds of matchups because they feel unpredictable and genuinely exciting. The promos leading up to a potential match between these two would be absolutely incredible. Bron Breakker has shown that he can deliver intense promos that feel authentic and passionate. Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman by his side can cut promos that are both entertaining and intimidating. The verbal exchanges alone would be worth the price of admission, and that's before they even step into the ring together. Imagine the face-to-face confrontations, the contract signings, and the go-home segments before a major pay-per-view match. The build to this match could be legendary if WWE handles it correctly. Fans are already fantasy booking how this rivalry could play out over the coming weeks and months. Some people want to see Breakker earn his shot by defeating members of the bloodline one by one, proving he can handle Roman's family before getting to the tribal chief himself. Others want to see an immediate confrontation where Breakker and Reigns come face to face in the ring next week. There are endless possibilities for how WWE can structure this feud, and that's part of what makes it so exciting. The creative team has a golden opportunity here to craft something truly special that fans will remember for years to come. The wrestling business thrives on moments like this where new stars are born and legends are challenged. Bron Breakker calling out Roman Reigns is one of those moments that has the potential to change everything. Whether Breakker wins or loses an eventual match doesn't even matter as much as the fact that he had the courage to step up and issue the challenge in the first place. That kind of boldness is what separates the good wrestlers from the great ones. Breakker is showing everyone that he's not content to wait his turn or slowly climb the ladder. He wants to jump straight to the top and take on the biggest challenge possible. The reactions from other WWE superstars to this challenge have been mixed. Some veterans have praised Breakker for his confidence and willingness to aim high. Others have warned him that he might be rushing into a situation he's not prepared for. The younger roster members seem inspired by Breakker's boldness, while some of the more established names appear threatened by how quickly he's moving up the ranks. This behind-the-scenes dynamic adds even more intrigue to the situation because it's not just about Breakker versus Reigns anymore. It's about the entire locker room watching to see if a new alpha is about to emerge. The physical preparation for a match like this would be intense for both competitors. Bron Breakker would need to study everything about Roman's moveset, his tendencies, and his strategies. He'd need to be in the absolute best shape of his life because facing Roman Reigns requires endurance, strength, and mental toughness. Roman, on the other hand, would need to take Breakker seriously as a threat despite his relative inexperience at the main event level. Underestimating an opponent like Breakker who has nothing to lose could be a fatal mistake, even for someone as accomplished as Roman Reigns. The legacy implications of this match are enormous. If Bron Breakker somehow manages to defeat Roman Reigns, he instantly becomes one of the biggest stars in all of professional wrestling. That victory would define his career and cement his status as a main event player for years to come. If Roman Reigns wins, he adds another impressive name to his list of defeated challengers and proves once again why he's called the Tribal Chief. But even in defeat, Breakker would gain valuable experience and credibility just from stepping into the ring with Roman and giving him a competitive match. Sometimes losing to the right person at the right time can actually help a wrestler's career more than beating someone less significant. The wrestling world is watching and waiting to see how this situation develops. Bron Breakker has thrown down the gauntlet and issued a challenge that cannot be ignored. Roman Reigns and the Bloodline now have to decide how they want to respond. Will they accept the challenge and give Breakker the match he's demanding, or will they try to humiliate him and make him earn his shot through some series of nearly impossible tasks? Every decision made from this point forward will have consequences that ripple throughout the entire WWE landscape. This is the kind of storyline that can define an era and create moments that fans talk about forever. Make sure you subscribe to stay updated on every single development in this incredible rivalry, because things are about to get absolutely insane and you won't want to miss a second of what happens when these two powerhouses finally collide in the ring.